you only get access to the flow state highway when you stop living someone else's life. And this comes down to a deep kind of realization I've been having in my life, is that when you just live aligned to who you are, you're in the flow state. Because being yourself without any reservations or editing, censoring yourself, it is a flow state. It just means you're flowing, like things are flowing through you. You're creative. But what stops us is we've been so heavily conditioned. I've been so heavily conditioned in my life to take on certain belief systems or responsibilities or roles which aren't really or weren't really congruent to me. Or maybe they served me up to a certain point, but then going beyond that, it wasn't really in alignment. It stopped serving me. So what I realized is that if I really want to access my flow state highway, I have to be myself. Meaning the way that I am naturally, there's something in that elicits the flow. And the way that you are naturally elicits flow state. So you see this a lot actually in a lot of entrepreneurial pursuits, is you got so many options, you got so many role models, and you look to all these other people and you're like, maybe I should do something like that. And you kind of try on these different hats. I've done it a lot. And you explore to try and find out actually what is congruent to you. And then a lot of time, this is the unfortunate side of things, you'll get sucked into something that isn't congruent and you'll end up grinding rather than flowing. And so when it comes to entrepreneurship, or when it comes to making money doing something you love, or when it comes to just accessing more of your creativity in the flow state, it's got to be coming from authenticity and congruency to who you naturally are, and not trying to be somebody else. So I want to give you a tip here, and I'm going to explore this a lot deeper in Quantum Heart, which is the free 90-day program that I've been creating that's pretty much almost ready to go. So if you want to join that, let me know below or send me a DM. But this idea that all you have to do is put the blinders on and be you. Ooh, I almost want to say that again. All you have to do is put the blinders on and be you. But because we're so socially aware, and our minds, especially with social media, can be socially hijacked. Meaning there's this comparison filter. There's this social game, this hierarchy that we see. And it's deeply wired into us until we break free, until we transcend. And then you being you, unapologetically, uncensored, is the flow state. It is your flow state. But the thing is, you got to put those blinders on and stay in your own lane. When you stay in your own lane, you're in your flow state highway. But when you see all these other roads and you're like, well, maybe I'll go there, maybe I'll go there, you sort of water down the potency of you. So maybe you're still flowing a bit, but it's not the flow state highway. So that's the tip that I want to give to you, that I want to share, that I'm continually going deeper on, continually seeing how I can bring more home, is putting the blinders on and just really finding your element, right? You're just doing you again and again and again and again. And yeah, you get feedback from the outside world, but you feel more congruency. The alignment is on the inside. So you're feeling that. And then as you feel that, there's sort of an electromagnetic magnetism. There's a phenomena that happens and people feel that too. And that congruency is contagious and people love it. They want to support it because it's actually part of the divine plan in a sense. It feels so good because it's actually why you're here. And I know for a lot of us, it can be challenging because we might be here actually for a big path, a big reason. We have, a lot to share. And so we shy away because we're like, man, that would be really big. That would be really bright. But you really have to honor your soul purpose. You have to honor what it is that brings you to that flow state highway that feels so right. So I love you. I care about you. I hope that this message landed well with you. I'm practicing using this super bright light. It is so bright, but I'm noticing it makes everything really illuminated, so it's good. Let me know below what you feel like brings that up for you. And if anything comes up on like these little detours or these conditioned beliefs, or like I should be doing this, that you went and did, that was probably rooted in guilt, feeling you would feel bad if you didn't. Some people do an entire 10-year career or a university degree just because they felt like they should, or because it was someone else's idea, or it was culturally conditioned. So I really want to help us all break through, break free, come back more to what is congruent and in alignment with us, so we can find that flow state highway. I love you, care about you.